I'm Ryan Kruger with a murder investigation casting two very different tales about a local mother. One side, the defense, portrays Lillian Stone as a loving parent, always there for her kids. The prosecution calls her a murderer who left her son in a car for 7 hours. We heard both descriptions Wednesday in Fulton County Court. So which one portrays the real Lillian Stone in the moments that led to her 3-year-old son's death? First, listen to this woman. This is Dacia Ellison testifying in court. She was 3-year-old Melvin's daycare teacher. She thinks the world of Melvin's mother, Lillian Stone.
Her children love her. He would tap on my leg every day like, I want my mommy. So I know the love was there. Me as a parent, I felt it. Great parent. She's a great parent.
Now, Melvin had an almost perfect attendance record at daycare, but on that day, this was October 31st, Stone told police she had some time off. She wanted to spend the morning with her son, some alone time. So she didn't take Melvin to daycare. Police say surveillance video from Stone's own home shows what happened when she returned to her house at 8:07 a.m.
You see one person get out of the car and kind of linger by the driver's door for a minute and then goes inside of the house. And the car doesn't move again.
Now, police say Melvin was inside that car for more than 7 hours. It wasn't until 3:20 in the afternoon when Stone left her house, found her son still in the car. A neighbor called 911. Melvin died at the hospital a few days later. And Vinny, one of the most shocking things that we heard from police is that there were a few minutes between when Lillian discovered her son and when she called 911. They say she took her son inside and actually changed his clothes in those couple of minutes.
All right. 7 hours.
Yeah.
Any idea what she was doing in the house for 7 hours while her child was in the car?
Well, again, the surveillance video in her own home actually shows a lot of what she was doing. Not a whole lot. She was there in the front room for a lot of it. They do know that she was texting the boy's father. And in fact, it was the final text message to the father at about 3:18 when she said, "I'm coming to see you." That's the reason, Vinny, she left the house, was to go meet the father, according to police, and according to the text messages, not to go check on her son.
Now, the other thing, police are saying that she was lying from the beginning of all of this. What can you tell us about that?
Right. Well, you may remember shortly after Halloween when this arrest was made, again, the original story was that she put the son in the car a little after noon, maybe about 12:30. So that would only be a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, as opposed to 7 hours. So significant difference between the two.
Huge difference, huge difference. Ryan, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Now, there are a couple of key parallels between this case and another local hot car death case that made national headlines. It was 1 year ago this very week that Ross Harris was convicted of murder for leaving his son Cooper in a hot car at work all day back in 2014 in the Georgia heat. In that case, Ross Harris also claimed it was an accident and that he was a good father. The defense was able to bring in several witnesses, including his ex-wife, who all said that Ross Harris loved his son and was a good father. Despite that evidence, the jury still found Ross Harris guilty of intentionally strapping his son in the backseat to die. Harris is serving life without parole plus 32 years.